Okay, to start of day 6, switched hats, obviously. Sun's out right now and beating down in the back of my neck and my ears, so I got something more practical. But and we're starting right at a camp uphill, which is always awesome. But it's about 10 miles to Mount Laguna. We're gonna stroll on in there this afternoon, and then unfortunately we're gonna have to lay over there. Kind of an unplanned zero there, but we have a package to pick up there, and the post office is only open 2 hours on Saturday, which is today, from 9 to 11, closed on Sunday. So we're gonna have to hang around all day tomorrow waiting for them to open up at noon on Monday so we can get our package and start hiking again. We've been climbing for the past several hours, and inevitably, snow. This is just the first little patches of it here, but I'm sure we're going to hit a lot more as we get higher. Yes, the snow is definitely starting to pile up, little by little. Well, here's a sure sign that we're gaining elevation. This is the very first pine tree on the Pacific Crest Trail. Everything else at this point has just been oak, scrub oak. You can see we got a lot more snow, and we're still heading up. Hey, you want to hike through the snow? Okay, need to break out snowshoes pretty soon. Snow's getting deeper and deeper on the trail. We got into Mount Laguna late yesterday afternoon around 5 o'clock, just in time to find out the store closed at 5 o'clock. We were also told that let me show the camp around here quick. So this is where we camped out, right outside Mount Laguna itself. And we'll go look in and see Goldilocks is tucked away inside.
I'm warm.
Warm with her puffy on inside of her quilt, trying to stay warm. You'd think it was just freezing cold out here, but of course, here I am out here in a short sleeve shirt, shorts, no shoes on, perfectly comfortable. I don't understand. Women in their cold blood.
You left the flap open.
It's like 1,000 degrees in here, Lois.
Close the tent now. It's freezing.
Headline, Woman Cold.
So we're walking down to the Mount Laguna store right now. We need to buy some supplies, stuff for lunches and snacks, things like that. I think I already said this, but the reason we're zeroing here today is because we have a resupply package to pick up here in Mount Laguna, but the post office is closed on weekends, so we have to wait till tomorrow morning to get it. We need to take a minute and talk about the elephant in the room, which right now is the coronavirus. We've been on the trail 1 week now, and just in the past week, the situation's changed dramatically. And we've heard rumors they're going to close down the PCT, force people off trail, that there's going to be food shortages, nowhere for us to resupply. We've been getting comments on our YouTube channel. People tell us we're irresponsible for being out here. Well, we're not getting off trail. We feel that we are probably safer out here than virtually anywhere else we could be. We're out in the open air. And although there are other hikers around here, we really aren't hanging out with them. It's just the two of us for the most part. If we see somebody, we'll say hello to them or something like that, but we're not running up and laying a big kiss on them or something like that. We're not having orgies at our camp at night. So I think that if we were back home, it would be much more difficult for us to stay safe from exposure to the coronavirus than we are out here. So while there are things that may take us off trail, we don't think that's going to be one of them. So anyway, just a little editorial for some of you who may have been wondering what our thoughts are on it. Here's the campground we're staying at tonight. So as you can see, they charge the outrageous price of $27 for a tent site, which is why we actually camped on the outskirts of the area, so we didn't have to pay anything. But it's a pretty place. It's almost vacant. I assume that's because the coronavirus is keeping a lot of people at home. Okay, Thia, make sure you don't step on any rattlesnakes out here. Okay, here we're coming up on the Pine House Cafe and Tavern. Always a really popular spot for PCT thru hikers to stop and get a hot meal, but unfortunately, due to the coronavirus outbreak, it's completely closed. And I don't mean just closed to dining in. Oop, God, I can't hold this thing steady. I don't mean closed just to dining in, but completely closed. Oh well, maybe next year when I hike it. Actually, after just saying it's closed, we saw this little sign in the window that says hot meals for takeout noon to 4 p.m. So it's 10:30 right now, so we may yet have a chance to get a nice juicy hamburger. Okay, Mount Laguna store and lodge, or lodge and store, one of those two. Hopefully we can get some food here. All right, here's the inside of the Mount Laguna General Store. You know, a quaint little place. Got a little mule deer stuck up here on the wall. Bunch of cool looking old framed black and white photographs. Collector's items, none of which I'm going to bring with me. Cowboy hats if you need one. Okay, then we're going around to the food part of the store. Ice cream, which is usually delicious, but not today, too damn cold. And it's your basic, a lot of hiker-friendly resupply stuff. They got a lot of stuff here. Love the old taxidermy stuff. And old saw. Here's one of the cooler things. There's a half of a cougar sticking out of the wall, but if you come around over here, and that's the back of him. So the longest, skinniest cougar you've ever seen. Today is March 22nd, and it marks 1 week on trail for us. We are at mile 43 in Mount Laguna right now, and we thought this would be a good time just to kind of give our impressions of the trail, what the first week has been like for us. So, Thea, you have
One of the things that has really struck me is I've watched probably thousands of videos that other people have put out over the years, and until you actually get on the trail, you have a certain impression of what things are going to look like because you've seen it on video. But once you're here, it really doesn't look like what you expect it to be. One example that I can think of is the unexploded ordnance sign where that is. In my mind, that was flat. That whole area is like desert flat. It's not. It's down at the bottom of a little canyon, and then you start right back up. And I never would have guessed that. And there's countless examples that I've come across just being on the trail, places that like iconic spots that in my mind I thought were going to be one way and are totally different than what they are in reality. And I've seen people post on social media that they don't want to watch YouTube videos because they want it to be fresh and a new experience. But you can watch all the videos that you want on YouTube, and until you get out here, when you get out here, it's going to be a fresh experience. It's going to be totally different of what you see on video.
totally agree. It's been for me the same way. I thought I knew what to expect, and it's just been it's as if I'd never watched a video or had any idea what to expect. So for me, one thing that has been a little bit of a surprise was the wildlife out here, or I hate to say it, the lack of wildlife. Now, part of it is understandable. I was kind of really excited to see all the cool lizards and snakes and things that I know live in this country, and I see on a lot of other people's videos. But the reality is that the temperatures have been running in the mid 40s down into the 30s, and the reptiles just simply aren't out right now. So that makes sense. But what surprises me more is that we walked 43 miles. I have not seen a single deer track on the trail or a pile of deer poop. With the exception of a flock of turkeys we saw right in the park at Lake Morena. Haven't seen any of those. We've 6 nights out here, and I haven't heard a single coyote howl in 6 nights, which really surprised me. The country certainly looks wild enough to have a lot of wildlife, but it's just not around. And I don't really have an explanation for that. So
Another thing that I've been kind of surprised by is just the variety of types of people that have been on the trail. Of course, we've seen a lot of people from other countries, and I expected that. But I think a lot of people have an idea in their mind of what a thru hiker is supposed to look like. And I've seen a lot of people that have not fit that that image that I had. Not that I necessarily look like a thru hiker, and people are probably saying the same thing about me. But everybody has been very, very nice, very friendly. The hikers and the people in the communities that we've been in. We've even had some trail magic, which we have a little clip of that in this video, I think. But everybody has just been so nice, and just it feels like a great big family out here.
So one thing I've been a little bit surprised about on the trail was the actual trail itself. I knew that it was going to be pretty hilly, and there have been a lot more ups and downs than even I expected.
More ups.
More
like.
Yeah, more ups than there were downs. I'm not sure that's possible, but anyway, but the trail itself is in many places very, very rocky and rough, and I could definitely see how people can get blisters and sprained ankles and sprained knees from just trying to negotiate the trail itself. I guess I just had this idea that Southern California was going to be kind of a desert and sandy and easy walking, and it's actually been quite rough and rocky.
I have a warning for people that have shorter legs. There are some pretty good steps up. So if you have short legs, be prepared for that. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. So I think those are kind of our basic observations of our first week on the trail. Despite, pretty wet weather, and it has been cold, which, no big deal. I mean, we expect it to be cold. And unfortunately, the whole experience being overshadowed by the coronavirus pandemic, which is affecting everyone on the trail. It's been a great first week. So we're really looking forward to
Week 2.
week 2. Yeah. Okay, that's it for now.